Okay, so here we are at our favorite soccer pitch at the local high school, and here's what we're going to be flying today, Carbon Cub, and we're going to try to do some good, really good landings. So let's take a look at the facility. I'm standing pretty much in the middle of the field, and over on the other side we got 2 benches and a picnic table for obstacles, and behind one of the benches is looks like a soccer goal, but it's too low. Behind me we got 2 goals set up that I'll have to avoid. On the north side we've got some light poles and absolutely nothing on the south side until we get to the tennis courts down there, which are not a factor. We're making left-hand patterns, and only thing around me is some birds. The grass is a bit long. If you look down here, you can see it's actually at the top of the wheels. So we just mowed about 5 days ago. We had a lot of rain, so it's really growing. Okay, I've got the throttle cut on. We're in experience mode, and just last night I moved all the push rods to the maximum throw position. Try to get the roll rate up a little bit and a little more elevator authority. So they're at maximum throw. Everything 100%, and a little bit of expo in on everything, so I have a little more control at low speed. So without further ado, let's try a launch, see what happens here. I got flaps, but I don't like to use them. I'm going to be chasing this thing forever from here. Let's go around.
Altitude 34 feet.
Yeah, she's wanting to climb with throttle in, which isn't unusual for this airplane. Okay, a little bit steep on base. Coming in on final.
12.2 volts, 0 amps, 100.
Yes!
Altitude.
Not pretty. Did a little bit of a ground loop there, but not bad. I'll tell you what, I've got 4,000 full-scale landings in my life. One of them today. Landing one of these is, if anything, more difficult.
1 volt, 0 amps, 102 Fahrenheit, altitude 20.
2 in a row. Wow. It's more difficult to land a radio control plane because you don't have that visual reference out the front window that you have in the full scale. And you don't have an airspeed indicator. So, at least not on this one. You can get an airspeed module for these, but I don't have one. And the airspeed indicator is absolutely critical for landings. Like I said, landing, taking off of these things is a lot more difficult than full-scale airplanes. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. Okay, a little bit too close, a little bit too high, so we're just going to go around here.
11.9 volts, 2 amps, 100.
I've never flown a Carbon Cub, but I am checked out in the J3, so really appreciate what they've done with this airplane. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, very nice. There we go.
27 feet.
There we go.
Feet. 11.7 volts, 18 amps, 95 Fahrenheit. Altitude 57 feet.
This thing is having a lot of drag. Yes! Finally! That was with full elevator, so I think that does help. It might help to have just a little touch of power when I land. Full up elevator to keep that tail down. Let's try that this time.
18 amps, 97 Fahrenheit, altitude 7 feet.
Wow, that's not much power.
52.
And that is just floating. It's too much.
11.3 volts, 16 amps,
Ooh,
100
Tom.
Fahrenheit. ESC 11.4 volts.
So inexperienced that every now and then I get the controls backwards when it's coming at me.
59 feet.
It's a little bit high. Solution comes. No power.
Altitude 66 feet.
Coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Floating nicely. Round her out. Full. That's it right there. Yep. Nice. So it's full elevator, about 3 feet off the ground, and let her settle on an almost a nice 3-point landing.
Throttle cut on.
If you've ever flown a full-scale tail dragger, you understand about ground loops and how that tail wants to come around because the center of gravity is
7 volts,
behind
97 Fahrenheit,
the landing gear.
feet.
Okay, here we go again. Elevator up and power on. There we go.
0.3 volts, 17 amps, 97 Fahrenheit, altitude 51 feet.
Okay, this time no flaps. Power off. No power. Sure is nice out here without any wind. Okay, so let's see if we can repeat that.
Altitude 16
Yep. There you go. Okay, about right there. Avoiding the poles and the trees at the end. Coming in, coming in, coming in. Nice.
6,
That's going to be too long. I don't want to chase it.
102 Fahrenheit. Altitude 23 feet. ESC 11.4 volts, 8 amps, 104 Fahrenheit.
Now let's try that again this time. Little power right there. Okay, coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Okay, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off, hold it off. Oh dear. Battery hatch came off. This battery hatch is turning out to be a problem. I may do something about that.
Throttle cut on. Altitude 0 feet.
I'm not sure what it's going to take to keep it on. Oh, I see what's happening when it lands. See that? The fuselage there is bending.
0 feet.
Yep, see?
ESC 11.6